Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap and review. And today, I'll be recapping Married at First Sight Mzansi season 2, episode 3. And they are like on day 2 and day 3. So one of the stuff that seems like they're enjoying each other there by the courses until that guy raises the issue of Themba raises the issue of Palesa drinking too much, and it's a trigger for him because he once had an ex that will drink a lot, and when she's drunk, she will send him those drunk texts that takes like 40 minutes, long voice notes, and he didn't like that. So when she has been drinking for 2 days after they got married, he's raising questions around why are you drinking so much? It seems like you taking a lot of alcohol. And she's like, but we are in a happy place, we don't care, and also I am drinking in front of you because you make me feel safe. And also he does get it, and also they seems like they are happy, and it's like chances of if I find out that you're drinking a lot, I will leave. What about your vows? You're supposed to help your woman get over her alcoholism or whatever is going on instead of saying I will leave. I know people choose themselves, but help the person, especially if you are now married. This is not your ex or girlfriend. Get over it, solve it, do something about it. Just don't leave immediately. I feel like there are chances that there are things that can be resolved by just like, okay, right, you are drinking a lot, can you reduce? If they are not able to, can you join a meeting? Can you join an AA or something before it gets there? But before this scene, we hear Palesa saying that it has been 24 hours, but she's already in love with him. They've already eaten the chips, these ones. When the producers ask them, one of them, which is Themba, says that he's not sure what are they asking, but Palesa tells us they have consummated their marriage and they both seem to be happy. So we're going to assume that they are happy, right? Until he brings that alcohol thing. Themba had expressed to Nelisa that he would like for them to build a relationship with her son. And also Nelisa says that she would like to get to know his children. And in the second date where they are having the gin and painting and stuff like that, and then she says that she would like to like build a blended family, but also the distance and stuff like that. And she has plans to move to Johannesburg because she has had an interview that with this other company so that she could move to Johannesburg and build the relationship with her sons. And then she says that he says that the mother of his kids will not agree with that because she has built a relationship of some sort that she has, and so it's not going to work out for them in that sense. And I can see that she's a little bit disappointed, and also she has a feeling that that relationship between Themba and his baby mama might not be dead because you can't give a man 2 kids and the feelings just leave like that. And I'm just like, you don't know people, eh? These things happen. People break up and people move on. They have never even met you. The only time they will talk to you is when you are like in a situation that requires them to talk to you. Maybe the kids are not well. So those type of things. And I'm just like, she must not think like that, eh? Because it's not going to work out for them because this is life. And also, Bongani goes on Tshepo goes on a date with Palesa, and on date is that date where he said that he would like to ask her a weird question around polygamy and what he thinks about it. And then what she thinks about it, and also his idea is that polygamy has a space in society. And I can't read in his face whether it's a director a guided question that they said ask her about polygamy, or what do you think about polygamy, just so that they can have this blowout of some sort and they can ruin this beautiful relationship. Because why else will they be asking that guy to ask that question? Because at one point he's smiling and I'm just like, sir, are you sure? Because you are at a spa, you're getting a foot massage, you're supposed to be relaxing and be drinking your champagne with your beautiful wife and that adores you and she seems to like you. And then you're like, how about if I bring a second wife? Because that's basically what he is asking. Whether he's asking for this second wife for now or he's asking about the second wife in the next 10 years, is still going to impact her. And Palesa is standing 10 toes down to say, I am not for that. It's not for me. It might be there in society, but I do not appreciate it and it doesn't have a space in my life. And then he goes on his own diary session and say he's disappointed in this. And I'm like, what are you doing here, sir? Because like, I feel like as much as polygamy is an out there thing and we really, I want to say we don't care, but we talk about it every now and then. I just feel like, yeah, it exists in the society and people are living that life and women are loving one another and whatnot. It's not for everyone and it shouldn't be for everyone because even marriage in itself is not for everyone and it's a high time people accept that. And she's not liking that. And she ended up having, on another date session, she ended up having him to say vows that she's busy telling him that he must repeat after her to say that polygamy is not for him, and he also rebukes the spirit that is coming in to ruin his relationship. I'm like, go Palesa, because why is he putting you through nonsense where that is not necessary for you? Anyway, so she ended up having to because she's frustrated on day 3. She's frustrated with the whole situation and whatnot. And maybe this is how she decides to deal with things in her normal day-to-day life. She ended up going into like a silent mode to silent treat him, just deciding she's not gonna talk to him. Basically, that's what she did. And then now he's like, oh, I'm feeling sorry. Whatever that he was saying there, like, no, I am not happy with this. Why are you doing that to me? And she's like, but I am trying to reserve myself, keep myself sane because I do not like the idea of polygamy. And you bring it up when you have been just married for 2 days, which means that you are saying that she's not enough for you. And because maybe of the multiple kids that he wants or whatever the case might be, and then they end up talking about their children and that he has a trip that is planned with his son and he would like to go on it with her and her kid. And she says that, she tells us that her kid has been asking mommy just one more sibling because she is tired of being alone. So it will be maybe better for the son to meet this new sibling of hers, which is it's a step sibling, yeah. It's a step sibling, but I'm sure in their culture they don't have such as a step sibling. But anyway, we move to the chaos that is Makoto and Nkululeko, guys. But Nkululeko ended up apologizing for that misunderstanding that they had on their first night. And also, Makoto seems like she is accepting the apology and she would like to work on their relationship, even though she feels like this guy is imposing his beliefs on her. But I'm like, so I am trying to understand, right? Because I'm like, I understand where she was coming from in terms of she feels like the ideas were imposed on her and all of that. So how would she have liked for this guy to tell her how he feels about what is the word, submitting to your woman, and submitting to your husband, and how marriage will work? Maybe that's how you are supposed to frame it, to say, what do you think of this, not that you should do that, those type of things. So I feel like that's what he was apologizing for. She ended up accepting the apology. They find themselves at the gym, and his fitness instructor takes off his shirt, and Makoto couldn't hold herself. She was blushing with the guy. And she felt like the guy was touchy with her in front of her partner. And then when the guy leaves, the fitness instructor leaves, she asked him that, as a jealous person who said that you do not want your partner to be around men, how do you feel about this guy try doing this thing and taking off his shirt in front of me? It's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. And also, my fitness instructor is fit and he's sexy, but now I'm comfortable in my own body, so I'm not jealous of him. And then they end up talking again about this thing of theirs that they keep fighting about, the thing of him imposing the beliefs and whatnot. And then they ended up going to a counseling session with the marriage counselor. And then she's making them do an assessment where they talk about all their emotions, the stuff that they have gone through in life that are hurtful, that they may or may not have addressed them in their real lives. And then Makoto tells us that she tells the counselor that she lost her when she lost her mom. She had to be the one that closes her mom's eyes and whatnot. And then he talks about the rejection from his father, the fact that his father was not part of all of these things. Instead, plus says that, you see, if you do not talk to each other, there will be miscommunications amongst you guys. And I'm like, I feel like this counselor was right, because what had happened the other night was not because this girl Makoto is such a bad person or she's acting or whatnot. It's because they were not in line with each other in terms of what they were talking about. Because I'm just like, I don't understand this fight, because it doesn't make sense that you would fight someone for saying that they believe in a woman must submit. There's no need to fight. You just say, I do not believe in that. I believe in this. And also tell me what you believe outside of the Bible. And he tells us that Nkululeko wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the Bible. So he doesn't know himself outside of that. And I like that he is honest about it, because sometimes, these things, they happen and then you are just like confused as to what is happening. And also when they also go into separation therapy to see the therapist separately before they go and see the other main therapist totally. And also Makoto is trying, she says that she would like to get to know this guy instead of like the facade that he brings up when he talks about the Bible. And I'm like, and also they are going to teach each other about the Bible and the churches that they go to. The other one will try and go to the other church, the other one, stuff like that, like normal couple stuff before they decide that this is the church we'll go to. They decide to sample the churches. Even as a normal human being, I guess, you would have to do that. And then we move to Portia and Bongani. Portia is not my favorite girl because I think she's still not being realistic with this thing, because she's calling it settling, the fact that she's on a reality TV show looking for a husband and they gave her the wrong husband that she had selected, that she wanted. The therapist tells her, and she also did not sleep in the same room as him. Good for her. She must not do that. Sometimes I feel like you do it and then you end up regretting. So maybe she's doing a good thing by not sleeping with him while it's still too soon, while she's not sure of whether she would like to marry him or not. So it's a good decision that she's making, if you ask me. But the reason why she's making the decision is because she's not attracted to the husband. And when the therapist asks her, do you think Bongani is ugly? She's like, no, I don't think he's ugly. He's just not my type. And then she tells us that she has been with her types, and her types did not lead to fruitful relationships or a marriage, and which is what she's chasing. That's why she's here, if you ask me. And then she is like, you know what, maybe I must just settle. She had called her sister, and her sister is giving her advice that get to know this person. And also the reason why these types of marriages do not work is because you people, you do not all put the same effort into the relationships. And that's why sometimes things don't work out. And I'm like, the sister is actually quite smart. And they say that Ubongani looks like they are dead. Mind you, their dad had I wouldn't say abandon them, but they don't have a relationship with him. It's those type of thing where like you know that your father is Thomas, but then Thomas and you are not building the relationship type of vibes. So I think that's what happened in their situation, because she says that she has a father and the father exists, but they don't have a relationship. So I'm guessing that's what happened in this relationship. And also, guys, this lady is confusing me, because I'm just like, she says that she likes talking to him, she looks forward to the talks, but then you left him in the room alone and you went to sleep in the other room on the first day. And I wonder what will happen on day 2 and day 3 of the honeymoon. And also, guys, and I wonder if Married at First Sight tested these people, because I feel like with a lot of STIs going around, like you need to be sure of the stuff that you are doing beside protecting yourself, because like yeah, it's just, especially if you're gonna meet one person and then you're going to sleep with them on the first day. So there's that. I feel like these people, so this is why they are in the confusion mental type of thing. So that's why they want to like fix it and go over it and talk about stuff. And I like them. I like it for Portia and Bongani. And guys, what if they're like Kumo and was it Tepang or Tshepo? And Tabang, where they seemed like they are having a lot of issues, and then they end up working out because they decided to put effort into their relationship after the show or during the show, and they were just not given the opportunity to do so, because also production can come to you and say, have this type of conversation, have a talk about attraction, and then see how she reacts, and all of that, have a conversation about whether she's your type or not, and then it causes chaos, and then it will make us watch, and then it will make us tweet about the show and stuff like that. So that's why I think that sometimes we need to move with caution around, oh, Portia is such a bad woman, Portia is such a what? No, we need to move with caution, because we do not really know them like that. And I wonder, because I've heard people saying that they have seen Bongani had posted pictures of his wife, which is Portia. So we'll see if they will stand together until the end of the show, until they do a reunion, and then we're going to be excited about it, and we're going to love the show going forward. Thank you guys for watching this recap. See you guys in the next one. Please like the video, comment on it, and subscribe on the channel.